Hi everyone, Sharon here with Creating with Sharon. Thanks for joining me tonight. Tonight I'm going to show you how to do a little box that we did at Club. It is so cute. Perfect for the little hostess that you're going to see. I'm just going to see if I can share this. Oh, I can too. There we go. Okay, so I just shared that with my VIP group. Yeah, so a really cute little gift that you can make for a little hostess gift, or you could do it for a family or somebody that is on your list and you want to surprise them for a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to flip this around, so just bear with me. I'm just going to, and all the instructions, I did leave all, oh, thanks Danielle. Yes, I just got a cut tonight. Yes, I did, or this afternoon. Oh, no, I lost my train of thought. Jeez. I did leave the measurements. I didn't write down what I used or anything like that, because you can use anything. You can use white cardstock, any scraps of designer series paper you have left over, any ribbon you have left over. So it's good to use it just about anywhere. And on this one here, this is what I put in. I put a couple chocolates and some Tennessee whiskey in there. You could put nuts in there. You could switch that out to something else, a little bottle of perfume or whatever, but I wouldn't mix perfume and food together at all. But cute little box that we did at Club. So I'm going to get started. So I'm not making it, it's not going to look like this. I'm going to change it up using different DSP and cardstock on that. And what I did with my girls at Club 2 is I made them up one of these. I know this is not to scale, but it basically gives you an idea where the lines are, because I think we have one of them's cut at a really weird like 5 7/8. So at least you'd be able to find it. So 5 7/8 would be right here. So basically shows you on the scale, so if whatever tool you're using, you can find out where the actual score line is for your project. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm doing mine in basic gray tonight, and then I'm using the retired, I can't even remember the name of it, DSP. Let me just see if I can find it. Probably not. Oh, yes. It's probably right here. Yeah, yeah, of course I don't have it. Yes, I do. So it's called the Peaceful Place Designer Series paper. So I've just used what I had left over, so that piece right there. I have a couple of scraps of that left over, so I just thought I'd just use it up. Okay, so let us get started. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 1.5 inches by 10 inches, then we'll score that. You're also going to have a piece of cardstock that is 4 3/4 by 5 1/8. And like I said, don't write this all down. It's all in the description, and I'm going to put it over my blog later on. And we're going to score that one. This is the actual top. So this is 4.5 by 5 7/8. So that's that 7/8 I was telling you about. Some people don't have the scoring tool, but it'll give you an idea where it's located. And then we have the bottom, which is 5 7/16 by 6 7/8. So that, like I says, when you go to use this, you at least should be able to find out where 7/16 is. So it's between the 3/4 and the half on the scale on this enlarged piece. And it's not, obviously not to scale. I wish it was, but it's not. I never see it. And then I have my designer series paper and my little pieces, but I'll go over that when we get closer to finishing off the project. So it's a very simple project to do. It's just a lot of scoring and cutting it down to the correct dimensions. So this is the bottom. So on this side, on all 4 sides, we're going to score it at 1 1/4 inches. So just go 1 1/4 inches, and then just flip it all the way around like that. And this will make the bottom. Okay, so we'll look something similar to that. Oh, I know, Mandy, it is too much math for me. Okay, so now you have two other pieces, and the top is 5 7/8 by 4 1/2. So make sure you keep them separate because you have another piece here. So this one here is going to go on the top. So you want the top just a little bit, I guess, wider than the bottom because you want it to slip on easily. So what I'm going to do is I have a piece of cardstock, which is quite thin, and I'm just going to slide it up against my scoring tool like that, and then I'm going to score this one at 3/4 of an inch all the way around. And the reason why you're going to put this in there is when you go to put the lid on, it's going to fit nice. It's not going to be really snug and you're not going to fight with it. It's just going to fit perfectly on there. At least I hope anyway. We'll see how good I am at doing this, right? But I made like 4 other boxes and it seemed to work for me. And 3/4. There we go. So now that's all scored. So now we're going to bring in this piece here. And this is going to be the centerpiece of your box. So this is going to be this piece right here. So this is going to actually separate whatever you're going to put on one side and whatever you're going to put on the other. So now you're going to score this one at 1 3/8. So we're going to look on our scale. So we see that the 3/8 is right there. So that should be right about here. And then it's going to be scored at, nope, I screwed up on that one already. Look at that. It's 1 3/8, not 3/8. So 1 3/8. So 1 2 3/8. And then we're going to score it at 2 1/2. Then we're going to score it at 3 5/8. So 1 2 3 4 5/8. There we go. So that's the centerpiece. Now we're going to bring in this piece. This one has lots of score lines on it. So this is actually this piece right here. This is what's going to go into this piece right here. So this is a 10 1/2 by 1 1/2 inches. So we're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. We're going to score it at 2 1/4, 2 3/8, 1 2 3/8. 4 1/2 inches, 6 inches, 7 1/8, 8 1/4, and 9 5/8. 1 2 3 4 5/8. Just like that. So that's all the scoring I hope I'm doing. Anyway, we'll just put it to the side and go from there. Okay, so let's start with the bottom piece. I'm just going to put these guys out of the way up here. So I'm going to grab my snips and I'm going to cut up on the score line to the score line. So I'm just going to go up like this, and then I'm just going to trim a wee bit off on the inside. So when we go to put it in, it's going to lie flat. So just a wee bit. You don't have to do much, just a tiny wee bit. And then the same on this one. And I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So I must say the temperature here in Winnipeg was a little shocker today, considering it's middle of December. I went out this afternoon about 2 o'clock and it was +7. And for us here in Canada, that is not right. just saying, it's just not right. So, but I hear there's snow coming in and then it's going to drop to -22 this weekend. So that's the bottom. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the top. And just trim that. Just remember to do that little, take that extra off. And all it does is help keep the flap down. And so it's nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. I think I've been drinking here. So how many of you guys are ready for Christmas? I'm far from it. I mean, I have my tree up, that's all I'm saying. I have a couple ornaments on it. I have the lights on it, but I haven't done anything else yet. I was going to do it tomorrow, but I have a good friend coming over tomorrow. We're going to do some brainstorming and see what we come up with. So that's not going to happen. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and I'm just going to burnish around the edges all the way around. And this will give you a nice crisp fold on your project. And then, oh my gosh, guys, I went to Costco today. First time ever I've ever been in there. And you know how they're all stacked up? All the product is all stacked up on the shelves above the one on the bottom. Well, there was a couple of shelves that had nothing on them, and it looked really eerie, especially being in Costco, because Costco always has so much, right? It was just, oh my goodness, look, there's nothing. And I was able to buy the Kirkland toilet paper, because I heard that the factory that makes the Kirkland toilet paper is in the Abbotsford area, so it's in the Fraser Valley, and that was flooded out about a month ago. So there was lots of that, but I wasn't able to get any paper towel. So, but that's okay, I already have hopefully enough to get me through. So all I'm doing is I'm gluing the corners together. And when you use your glue, you're going to just have to hold it in place just a little bit longer so it adheres. It does take a bit to dry. And if you didn't want to do that, you can also use running tape or your tear and tape also. So that is the bottom box. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the top one. I'm just going to just fold it over and score all the way around. A little quiet, I'm sorry, I'm just focusing here. Just praying that it turns out, that's all I'm doing. No, sorry, it should work. So I'm going to do the exact same thing as I'm going to take this over and I'm just going to glue it. Just want to take your crease lines and match them up to the edge. Oops. That. Now you can see what I mean about holding it in place while the glue dries. I'll just do it here and on this side too. Oops, you just really have to hold it in place. I'm just going to just make sure that it fits. And it does. Oh, come on, get in there. Yeah. Oh. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Must have scored it wrong. There we go, there we go. So there, it fits just perfectly. Oops. Okay, so now what we're going to do is now we're going to decorate the top. And how I'm going to do that, oh, I guess I should put stuff in the center. So this is the centerpiece, so you're going to fold the score line up like this. This piece is going to come down, and then this piece is going to come back up. Just like that. Take my... And there, this piece here is going to sit right in the center of my box. And I'm going to glue that, or I'm going to you could put tape down there, whatever you wish, and just put it down the center so it stays closed. And just just like that. And then this pops right in, just like that. Now this piece here, what you have to do is take this piece here and fold it towards you. And then you're going to take this piece here, and then this score line, and then fold it up. So you have your crease. Did I do this right? Yes, I did, yeah. And then fold this one up, or down, sorry, down, and then bring this one down. Oh, I'm messing this one up. And then, oh no, we got it. Up. No, I didn't score that properly. Oh well, we'll worry about that later. Okay, so now let's bring in my pieces that I'm going to decorate. So I have a piece of basic white that's going to go on here, just like that. And then I have this piece here that's going to go on right over top like that. And like I said, all the dimensions are on the description. So the cardstock is 2 7/8 by 4 1/4, and the DSP is 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. Just add that just like that. And then this is going to be put right on to there, like that. And that's what I like about Tombows. You can put it into place and just make sure that it goes up. So now we're going to go this. So your cardstock is 5/8 of an inch by 4 1/4. You're going to have 2 of those because one's going to go on each side, and then you're going to have 2 more that are 5/8 of an inch by 2 7/8. And you remember you have to do it times 2 because you're going to put it on either side of the box. And then you have your 1/2 inch by 3 3/4, and your 1/2 inch by 4 1/8. And you're just going to just take this and adhere it on just like that. Well, I have my, thank goodness I have Tombow because I can just move it into place. So there's one piece there. And piece number 2. Oops. The Tombow moves quickly. So there's my piece number 2, and then I have my piece number 3. Make sure I get right in there. Piece number 3, and then piece number 4. And I'm just going to just adhere these onto my card top the lid of the card. So just put it right there. And then this piece is going to go right there. Oops. Just move it just so you just see a wee bit of the basic gray. It's really sad this designer series paper is retired. I think it's all sold out too. And they put stuff on retire list, and it's nice stuff. It goes really fast. not the retire, last chance list, I should say, sorry. Goes really fast. So I want to thank all of you that participated in my 12 days of giveaway. That was fun. I really missed it this morning because I got no messages at all this morning. One person messaged me and said that she really missed the scavenger hunt, as they called it. Okay, so that's gonna go on like that. Make sure that's in there. There we go. Come on. It's gonna go on just like that. And now I'm going to bring in my ribbon. And what I'm going to do, if you notice on this one here, I cut this one in half. That's that gorgeous ribbon that's also sold out. But I don't have any of that left, and it really doesn't go with, it would go nice, I guess. I'm going to keep it black, gray and white. And so I'm just going to grab my, what is it called? My crinkle seam ribbon. And I'm just going to make a bow with that using my bow maker. So I've had this bow maker forever, and I can't remember where I got it. I want to say I probably got it at Hobby Lobby one time when we were in the States many moons ago, because I've had it for a long time. So what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do my bow is I'm just going to take it and have my tail on the right hand side and just wrap my ribbon around this. Now this ribbon, I'm thinking on the one I did on this piece right here, I think it was about 26 inches that I did. Okay, so now you can see there's an X. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bottom piece, the tail that was on the right hand side, take it around the top part, bring it through, bring it through on the bottom, like that. And then I'm just going to take my I'm just going to cut this. Take my two tails, and I'm just going to tie them together in a knot. And before I pull it really tight, I'm going to just flip this around and make sure that the center piece is in the center. And then I'm just going to pull it really tight. And then I'll just tie it in a double knot, just so it doesn't open up on me. And there we go. And then pull it off, and then I have this gorgeous fluffy ribbon. And now I'm just going to grab my sentiment, which I took from the Peaceful Deer. This stamp set is being carried forward along with the punch, which is really nice. I'm just going to use Let's Celebrate. I'm going to stamp it in the basic gray, which is the color of the box, the base of the box. Ink this up. And this is a Tagful Tags, or Tags dies. And there we go. And then I'm going to bring in my glue dots. And put a glue dot on the back side of the ribbon. Place it right about there. I'm going to trim these tails back. They're just no, I think I just leave them. And then I'm just take my tag. I'm just going to slide it up there. Add a bit of Tombow onto the back side. And then slide it. Oh, because my husband's watching the hockey game. The Jets just scored. His Bud Light's going off. So, and there we have it. Cute little gift box. So that's the one that we did at Club, and this is the one I did tonight. So like I said, you can use up just about any extra designer series paper you have lying around. make it perfect. And there we have it. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. The description is, all the measurements and everything is in the description. And I'm going to let you go because I'm going to go watch the Jets play. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. So there's the 2 boxes. Cute. They even look nice together, right? His and hers. Anyway, okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for joining me tonight. Greatly appreciate. Have any questions, please let me know. And we will talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.